So as we jump into chapter 26, I want to just focus on one little verse, one little concept here. It's so simple, but in my mind, it's one of the most oft repeated concepts that the Old Testament reminds me of. Chapter 26, verse 4 says, "Trust ye in the Lord forever." Not just when you're prospering, not just when you're happy, not just when everything's working out, but forever. Trust in the Lord, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. And I think in our English King James version of the Bible, the proper name spelled out Jehovah, I believe it only appears 4 times. And this happens to be one of them, where our King James translators put it out.
And the reason that happens is because Jehovah, Yahweh, is twice in the text. And so they can't use that all small caps Lord. So Lord Jehovah. Yeah. Yahweh is often how that appears.
So notice its description there. For in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. I love that idea of it's not the strength of my arm or the strength of the things that I've surrounded myself from the world, the Babylonian accoutrements, these things that I take on from the culture and the society around me. The everlasting strength comes from the Lord.
And it's those same strong arms that we were talking about before that then wipe tears from that. It's so that holding those two images together of tenderness and strength,
all in one.
This powerful but gentle embrace, right?
Beautiful. And then you turn over to chapter 27. I just want to point out one concept here as we get ready to set the stage for chapter 28. If you look at verse 12, it shares this concept that seems to be a fairly big deal to Mormon and to some of those Nephite writers in the Book of Mormon. Look at verse 12. "It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall beat off from the channel of the river unto the stream of Egypt, and ye shall be gathered." So he's going to destroy all of the things that are preventing you from coming to him. And notice he says, "Ye shall be gathered one by one, O ye children of Israel." It's this personal nature of the Savior's atonement. It's pretty hard for him to wipe away tears from the masses, but it's very simple for him to wipe away the tears of an individual. And he seems to do his greatest work one by one. Now, to be sure, it has capacity to reach to everybody, but to me, the most powerful aspects of the Savior's infinite atonement are those personal things where I recognize that it's an individual blessing that he has for me. So this reminds me of a beautiful adjustment that was made in one of our Temple Recommend questions the last time that they did it. In the second question, instead of asking, "Do you have a testimony of the atonement of Jesus Christ?" and leaving, or of Christ and leaving it at that, the adjustment is, "Do you have a testimony of the atonement of Jesus Christ and of his role as your Savior and Redeemer?" I think there's power in that, seeing that it's not just a generic question. It's not, what do we know? It's, what do I know? And what is that connection like for me, not just in the generic form?